بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا محمد ابن عبد الله. Praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created the human being from weakness, yet has given him his strength to perform all good. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with his ibad, with his servants, with his slaves who dedicated themselves to him, especially that unique slave Muhammad bin Abdullah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to nourish his soul, to nourish his light, empower his legacy and our connection to him. Ameen ya arhamar rahimin rabbil alameen. Alhamdulillah, in the book of Sahih Muslim, in this collection, there is a whole kitab called Kitab al-Hajj, in which we find lots of teachings regarding the Hajj, translated by pilgrimage. Hajj literally means taking the path. Hajj literally means traveling. It also means reaching. It means taking the mahajjah, taking the path. And to combine both, it is taking the path towards the truth. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu reported that a man asked the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam what a muhrim should put on as dress. What a man in the state of Hajj, muhrim. The muhrim is the one who is ihram. There is ihram for the Hajj, there is ihram for the Salat. There is ihram for fasting. There is ihram for zakat. There is ihram in the reality for everything sacred. When you put yourself in state of dedication, that's called ihram, consecration. Ihram literally means consecration. The one who is consecrating himself towards the salat, there are some movements he cannot do anymore. There are some words he cannot say anymore. Even lawful ones. Even lawful words he cannot, for example, say wa alaykum as-salam. Even though if he was outside of the state of salat, and someone comes to him and says wa alaykum as-salamu alaykum, and he does not reply, he does not answer without a udhr, without a valid excuse. For example, his tongue was tied, he could not speak or something like that. It would be a major sin. It is a major sin to not answer the salam of the one who tells you assalamu alaykum. They say even if you are in mukhasama shar'iyya, even if you want to express your strong disagreement with someone, and you want to discipline your son, for example, or you want to discipline your student, for example, or you want to express your strong disagreement to your brother, you are not allowed to not speak to him for more than 3 days. One, and then when he says Assalamu alaikum, you have to answer Salam. You have to answer Salam. But you can answer it with less enthusiasm. You can just say Wa alaikum Salam, but Wa alaikum Salam. But you have to answer Wa alaikum Salam. But in the state of Salat, if you are in ihram for the Salat, and that's why the Salat starts with Takbiratul Ihram, if you are in the state for Salat, and actually the ihram for the Salat starts before then. For Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it starts while he's walking for the كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يكلمنا ونكلمه فإذا قامت يحدثنا ويحدثه ونحدثه فإذا قامت الصلاة فإذا قام إلى الصلاة فكأنه لا يعرفنا ولا نعرفه. There is this teaching narrated related to Sayyida Aisha alayha salamullah, and she says Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to be talking with us, amongst us. We talk to him and he talks to us as one amongst us. When the time for the Salat comes and he stands up for the Salat as if he doesn't know us and we do not know him. Khalas, he's like going like this, subhanallah. And Sayyida Aisha was, alayhi salam, was marked by this, was impressed by this, and she left this teaching for us. Muslims today, we lost the state of dedication. We lost it, the art of being dedicated. We visited an ashram, Christian ashram, brothers in God. Should go, all of us, to visit them, inshallah. They're not far away from here. And every half an hour, they have a bell in the house that rings. And and they keep silent for 1 minute. So when it rings, whatever they are doing, they are fighting, they are joking, they are talking about something most beneficial, they are reading Quran, whatever. It comes. And the ring, le son de cloche, the ring of the bells it's not for no reason that it was chosen. It's a sacred thing. It's a call for deep consciousness. It's called for deep consciousness. Also, it's connected to death, because when Sayyidina Aissa alayhi salam came, they used to ring the bells to Jews. They used to ring the bells to and the people of Palestine, the people of the sacred land, they used to ring the bells to announce death, to tell you that the time has ended, your time has come. So they have chosen that. In all civilizations, in all religions, you find that the engineers of consciousness, prophets and those who came after them, they have chosen things like that to find drums in some places, you find the horns in some other places, you find, but always it's a deep voice that comes from, that resonates with the deep consciousness of the human being, that reminds you of, oh. You have to keep silent, you have to answer, subhanAllah. The most expressive is the human voice. Allahu Akbar, and people are still talking in the mosque. Allahu Akbar. No, it's not Akbar. Let us do something else, Akbar. Ajib. Subhanallah. We lost the art of dedication. We lost the art of ihram. I'm dedicated, I'm on something now. I'm consecrating myself to do something now. Ihram, the focus, to be consecrated, to collect all your energies and bring all your energy together and just put it in one direction. It is an art. It is an art, and we lost that. We lost that art today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us as an ummah, and that's the main reason for our crisis. We can't want to do everything in the same time. And no. Even in spiritual retreat, bring people to spiritual retreat as soon as teaching, or which is called meditation and reminder of the teacher ends, people are wait, let it still, let it sink in, let it go in, let the teachings reach somewhere deep, secure, let it germinate, let it take root. Subhanallah. No, wait. The ihram for the salat, and we have the salat, and when we are in the ihram for the salat, and even before the salat, khalas, there is an art of going to the masjid. There is an art of being in the masjid. There is an art which is a ihram. Khalas, takbir al-ihram is the last call. Takbir al-ihram, Allahu Akbar, khalas. Then after you say takbir al-ihram, so things they start becoming, the ihram starts progressively of the Muslim in general. Should be, once khalas he makes the intention to leave his house to go to the masjid, khalas, there is kind of ihram. He starts his ihram already. So if you are fighting with your wife, or fighting with your with your kids, or fighting with your whatever, khalas, you made the intention to leave to the masjid. Now you made wudu. After making wudu, khalas, don't talk about anything else. Bismillah, leave the house. Bismillah, you made wudu, now leave the house. You left the house, on the street, going to the masjid. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "La yanhazuhu illa salat." If you want to take really the barakah of the salat, you have to keep that motivation, that exclusive motivation, dedication. You should, even if another thought, okay, maybe I will go to Loblaws after the masjid and buy bread. No, don't think about it. Just keep dedicated. لا ينهزه إلا الصلاة. خرج من بيته لا ينهزه إلا الصلاة. Leaving the house, the only thing that is motivating, and the only thing that is actually encouraging, okay, let me go to the masjid, and by the way, I will meet Hibba and we'll discuss Al-Biyar with her. No, don't. Just come to the masjid. Come and pray. And save yourself from yourself. Come and dedicate yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bring yourself up and show up. وهكذا. After that, now you enter to the masjid. Another level of dedication, a stronger level of dedication now. Khalas, you enter the masjid. Even if you have to say Assalamu alaikum to people. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Who are you entering like something like that? If an old brother or old person says it, alhamdulillah, we smile to him. And slowly he will get trained. He will understand that that's not the way to do things. But it's not for us to, khalas, no phones in the masjid. No phones. You cannot keep texting. Why are you coming to the masjid if you are going to keep texting in the masjid? Why? Stay home and text at home. Why? How could you enter the sanctuary of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you want to keep working on something else? Why? He wants to be inspired while texting. He wants to use the angels of the masjid to get inspired. So he uses a stronger text to hit the feeling, to hurt the feelings even more of the one who is texting him. They made statistically speaking, they said 95% of texts that are exchanged between human beings today are to hurt the feelings of each other. 95%. Not an exaggeration. They made the thing. 95% of texts is misunderstanding and miscommunication and ends up hurting the feelings of each other. 95% of the mass of the text exchange. Just look at your own experience. Subhanallah. Because it's misunderstanding and I'm hurt, I don't understand you, why you are telling me this, why you are talking that, because they don't see your face. So why would you do it? Remember, I was so resisting to it. Why this stupid thing that they have? And then when they started it, it was with that phone with like the touch. To write L, you have to 3 times to find the L. So why would you do this? Why don't you just call me? You spend all this time writing. Subhanallah, ajib. And then people, khalas, they hide behind the text and say, I'm still awake, just call. If there is a text, says, are you awake? Just use the text to ask permission. If the other person is awake, may I call you? That's it. And then may I call you? And then, okay, Bismillah, talk after that. Or are you available for a meeting? Allah wa Rasuluhu a'lam. Ala kulli hal. So, when you come to the masjid, you don't text anymore. Come to the masjid. Khalas. Enter the masjid according to Imam Shafi'i, according to Al-Mujaddid of Shafi'iyya, Alhamdulillah. Imam Nawawi, after that, says, make the dua. نويت الاعتكاف في هذا المسجد ما دمت فيه. I made the intention. They write it in all the masajid. If you go to the masajid of Yemen and the masajid of the Shafi'iyya, as soon as you enter, like the pillar, like in front of the masjid, like this, that pillar, it is written on it. And actually, let us put it, even though we are not Shafi'i in the madhab, but it's good to put it like that. نويت الاعتكاف في هذا المسجد ما دمت فيه. It's like the one that you put on the door. Subhanallah. When you enter the house, have your heart, let your heart be still and silent, and open your heart to receive the light, etc. I made the intention to have i'tikaf in this masjid as long as I am in it. The duration of the Subhanallah. According to Shafi'i, they tell you if you make that dua, you have the reward of the salat, and every single minute that you spend in the masjid is an i'tikaf. If you observe the etiquettes of the i'tikaf. That you enter, you start Tahiyyat al-Masjid, Allahu Akbar. After Tahiyyat al-Masjid, after Tahiyyat al-Masjid, see if you are at the service, if there is a service that is needed, filling the water for the people of wudu, etc., cleaning, if you are a person who is allowed to do so, or called to do so, or needed to do so, and you do that, khalas, after that you otherwise you sit and read your Quran, or meditate or reflect upon your life, upon your sin. The meeting that you are about to have, the conversation, that private audience that you are about to have, this interview that you are about to have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you do not want to lose your charitable status, right? People today are so worried losing their charitable status with the government. How about with God? Since when it was lost already with God, this charitable status? Don't be so superficial. Losing the charitable status with God if you betray the first intention you started the project for. You start disrespecting our elders and disrespecting our scholars and disrespecting and having khalas, the charitable status is already lost. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. With God, khalas, what's after? لا يضر الشاة سلخها بعد ذبحها. After that, forget it. These masajid firing their imams like that as if they are firing criminals. What kind of charitable status they still have? What is what's charitable? What's charitable? These boards coming after others based on khiyana, based on betrayals, betraying the first committee who started that masjid, The first committee who started it with dreams and with Allahu A'lam, it's always one person who burned himself or burned herself to really build that community. And after that come generation, خلفا بعدهم خلف أضاعوا الصلاة واتبعوا الشهوات. خلاص, what kind of charitable status is left? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Ameen ya arham. We should be more worried about losing our charitable status with God than losing our charitable status with anything else. With anything else and with any other institution. Be careful from this. The intentions and see from where the barakah is coming, and don't go and drop the filth in the well that is nourishing you. Be sure, just witness and see from where the barakah and the light is coming, and keep the doors from where the khair has come to you open, and close the doors of innovation and bid'ah and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. Ameen ya arhamar rahimin rabbil alameen. State of dedication. Ihram. Dedication or consecration is part of all forms of ibadah. It is part of all of ibadah. Even a conversation between me and my brother. I mean, today we take it we get insulted, but slowly it grew on us, and I'm talking to you and okay, I'm with you. Oh yeah, I'm hearing, I'm listening. Okay, seriously. Shanaz used to get so upset with me in the beginning, and she used to interrupt the conversation and get so, and now khalas, she khalas. We started accepting it from each other, khalas, and mashallah, what quality of meeting now. Subhanallah, la hawla la quwwata billahil azim. I'm with you, where are your eyes? I want your eyes to be looking at my eyes. Oh no, I'm with you, okay, got it. So, but now you are here physically, let me enjoy your presence fully. Why? Give me your eyes, give me your full attention. In everything there is a state of consecration and dedication and tawajjuh. The Hajj is one of these ibadahs that remains that stays for a long period of time, relatively long. Fasting is longer, but the Hajj is relatively long as well, especially when we count the journey of the Hajj and all of that, the preparations before and what we do after. But the Hajj itself is 3-4 days. The Hajj itself, you could perform everything in actually بفرائضه وسننه وفضائله everything, all what is needed you could perform in 3, 4, 5 days, depending on the madhab. Sayyidina Ibn Umar, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him, reported that a man asked the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what a Muslim should put on as dress in the state of, what a muhrim, not a Muslim, what a Muslim in the state of dedication, of consecration should put as dress. Thereupon the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do not put on a shirt or a turban or trousers or a cap or leather scarf except one who does not find shoes. He may put on scarfs, but he should trim them below the ankles, and do not wear clothes to which saffron or worse is applied. Do not put on a shirt or a turban. Putting a turban, outside of this context is a sunnah. Mu'akkada for the scholar, for the teacher of knowledge. It is an emphasized sunnah for the one who is teaching knowledge. For the imam, especially according to Imam Abu Hanifa, radiyallahu anhu, it's not befitting of the leader of the salat to lead the salat while having his head uncovered. Exposed to what? May Allah protect us. Yeah. Outside of this context, of the context of ihram, putting a turban is at least a sunnah tajammuliya, sunnah min sunnah al-adat. Putting a turban could be sunnah min sunnah al-ibadat and could be sunnah min sunnah al-adat. If you want to have this dichotomy, if we agree that there is a dichotomy for the man, for the males now, and we'll say why it is for the males and for the females there is nothing like this. It is a sunnah from ibadah. Putting a turban could be, if we want to follow the dichotomy. It's a khilaf, there is khilaf. Some people that do not make a difference between the adat and the ibadat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the habits and the worship, the adoration, the worship of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and follow the school actually that says that every single act of the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a ibadah in itself, including his aada. There wasn't anything like. But some people, they made this classification at least to allow us to understand the problem, that it opened the door for some people to come after them and to tell us that, to make this weird dichotomy between innovation in ibadat and innovation in adat and this and that. So, and then they killed the adat, and the adat became so despiritualized, and the ibadat became so empty, dry from culture, which is problem. So that's why our ancestors were so resistant in the beginning to this division, even if it was for a pedagogical reason. They were resisting. They were so resistant to it. Why would you divide the life of the Prophet ﷺ into aspects, as if he was a human for some part of his life and prophet for other parts of his life? He was a prophet. Even while he was going to the washroom, he was prophet. What are you talking about? It's prophecy. Everything in his life was prophecy. And everything in your life should be deen. Khalas, full stop. Everything in his life was revelation and was transmission of ما جاءه عن ربه عن طريق الوحي والتنزيل. Everything. Every single detail. Even him going to the washroom. And everything in your life, therefore, should be deen. You don't have some part of your life deen and the rest of the part of your life dunya. And now let us make the balance. I want my balance between deen and dunya. The way we understand the balance today. La, abadan. Abadan. Can't live in that way. It can't be. You have to be rooted in faith. Rooted in faith, even while sinning. Even sinning should be part of your deen. That's why, rahmakumullah, as soon as you wake up, even your ghafla, even your weakness should become part of your deen. Everything is about your religious experience. Everything is about your path with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your journey with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything should be part of that. So even if we follow this dichotomy, they say that the turban, for the majority of people, or normal context, it is sunnah tajammuliya. It is a sunnah of beautification. Following the fashion of Muhammad ibn Abdullah instead of following the fashion of Tom Cruise. Following the fashion of Muhammad bin Abdullah. It's meritorious. They said it's sunnah tajammuliyah. Putting a turban and taking a staff, and it's following the fashion of the man of the best designer, the best fashion designer, alayhi salatu wassalam. So sunnah tajammuliyah. But for the teacher, it is sunnah mu'akkada, emphasize it. For the leader of the salat, according to Abu Hanifa, it is also sunnah mu'akkada, labbayk. Now there is khilaf between this. So yes, a turban, according to what we understand in Arabic, is this. It is the turban. But they understood it, wassa'ul fahm. They made it more wide. They said anything that covers the hat, could be called a turban, a taqiyya or a kufi, what they call kufi today, or a hat, or shashiyya or something. They call it turban. But the turban is the turban. He told him, don't put a turban and even a hat. He told him, do not put a shirt or a turban, or trousers or a cap or leather scarf. Khuf, leather scarf is the khuf. That is like shoes. The shoes. The closed shoes. They could be called closed shoes are like scarf. Shoes or slipper, anything closed, anything that will cover. Except one who does not find sandals. They said shoes here. Except the one who does not find sandals. So you have to wear sandals for Hajj. Sandals. Or slippers like sandals. So your 5 toes, they have to be exposed to dust, and stones and thorns of the road and the heat. You should not cover them. And your qadam from behind should be also, your heel should be also exposed. Cannot cover like that. Except for those who does not find sandals or shoes like that, he may, Rasulullah ﷺ says, he may trim his khuf, his scarf, below the ankles. Subhanallah. You trim them below, like these socks, the fashion socks today, they're trimmed below the ankles like this. Ankle socks, like ankle socks. You might trim them below the ankles, and do not wear clothes to which saffron, or worse, do not wear dyed, perfumed clothes. They used to perfume their clothes before with rose water, with saffron, with worse as well, in order to keep a nice smell. So when you sweat in them, it's not the smell of sweat that will come out. Actually, it is nice smell that will come out, because that water from your body will touch that scent that is there, and that will make that scent be released. And the same hadith is reported in many other narrations. And this is the first hadith about, in Kitab al-Hajj, it is talking about the art of ihram, the art of consecrating oneself to this journey, the art of marking marking the beginning of this big journey. Ihram in the Islamic symbolism is very has a big place. Hajj in the Islamic symbolism, there is always a parallel between the Hajj, because it is journey, right? And the journey towards Haqq. The journey towards the Kaaba and the journey towards the Haqq, and visiting the safe place of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and reaching the Maqam Ibrahim within you. So there is always a parallel between this journey, that pilgrimage, and the interior pilgrimage, visiting the house of God within, making tawaf around the house of God within yourself, within your heart, and reaching the Maqam Ibrahim within yourself, and go and say salam ala Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Rawdah within yourself, and all of that. There is a parallel between both. And there is a parallel between this moment or momentum of ihram, of consecration, and also the beginning of the suluk and the dedication of the wayfarer or the traveler towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the murid who wants to take the journey. That's why already the Muslim is called Muslim. During the rest of his life, when he starts Hajj, they call him Muhrim. So in the beginning of the I won't say in the beginning of the journey, but in the beginning of knowing the culture of tasawwuf, etc. So people started criticizing us, and some of them, one of the questions that, why do you call yourselves murids? Why you don't just call yourselves Muslims? And subhanAllah, God has inspired us this answer. He told me, when you go to Hajj, what do they call you? They call you Muhrim. So why don't they just call you Muslim? He said, Muhrim, because you are in a state of ihram, khalas. Murid, because you are in a state of irada. That's the ihram of the, that's the ihram of the one who is seeking the face of God. That's why. Why do you call yourselves seekers? The seeker. This is elitism. Why? It's not elitism. It is a reminder. It is a reminder of a state to keep it alive. Like when I say the muhrim, or you go to the book of fiqh, لا ينبغي للمصلي أن يفعل كذا وينبغي له أن يقول كذا. The musalli. Did you leave Islam when you started becoming musalli? No. It's just to remind you that you are in salat. Same thing for the muhrim, to remind you that you are in ihram, that you are dedicated. Same thing for the same thing for the murid, the disciple or the seeker of the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are in ihram. Cannot put the turban of your self-contentment with your own knowledge. Khalas, take it off. You cannot put a shirt, self-contentment with your own appearance and image. Take it off. تجرد من المخيط والمحيط. You have to dépouillement total. Dépouillez-vous de vous-même. Sever yourself from yourself. تجرد. Ripping yourself off. Could you say?
Rip yourself off. Turn yourself away.
Al-Makhit wal-Muhit. So the summary of this hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar, Imam Malik summarizes it in one sentence. قال التجرد من المخيط والمحيط. So this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam talking to a Bedouin, he told him, do not put this, do not put this, do not put this, do not put this. They summarized it in two words. is actually to not put or to peel yourself out of the or off. To peel yourself off al-makhit, anything that is actually sewn, and al-muhit, anything that actually covers the ends, covers the extremities of your body. That's al-muhit. التجرد من المخيط والمحيط للرجال باطن. The ihram of women is batin. There isn't a single action ظاهر, a single in her dress. Her ihram does not show in her dress because she's already in a state of ihram. She's already in a state of ihram. In the ibadat, the share of that's the cosmic rule, we'll see it. The share of males is Ismullah al-Zahir, is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala al-Zahir. So it is more, they are more expressive. Everything is more expressive. Their jihad is more expressive, more manifested. Their Hajj is more expressive. Their salat loud, etc. Women is more impressive, I would say. It's more internalized. It's more internalized. They said that the share of males is Ismullah al-Zahir, the share of females is Ismullah al-Batin. Is Ismullah al-Batin. Is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the al-Batin, and that's the treasure. That's the treasure of women, which is to find the batin within them. For women in Hajj, they do not need to carry these symbols. But these symbols are to be carried, are to be endured, are to be carried by males. They are not the end of the religion. They are reminders to be carried. They are but reminders. So when I go and take off my turban and put on these clothes, etc., what am I doing? What is it? What's the point behind it? What is the point? What is the maqsad behind this ibadah? Just to make things hard? Self-effacement, I could self-efface myself without changing my clothes. What is the goal? I could make tagarrud like women do tagarrud without actually taking off my clothes. What's the purpose? To remind you and remind others. It is to carrying a sha'ira. The purpose of this ibadah is actually to show off. Is to manifest something. Is to carry a slogan. Is to carry a banner. Is to raise a banner. You understand? Is to walk on earth as a reminder. And to create a certain zahir atmosphere, to create a certain ambience that helps others to remember the internal state. And that's the whole thing. Like the saf in the salat. We could not pray without having a perfect line. What is the maqsad behind the perfect line? To express and to impress. That is actually the maqsad. Is to create a certain ambience, to manifest a certain meaning, to manifest a certain reality, to make it speak louder, to impress indeed. Yes, sufuf al-salat is to impress, to create that, It is one of the maqasid of the deen. It is one of the maqasid of the ibadah. Oh, the ibadah is ikhlas between me and my Lord. Yes. But there are carnivals of ibadah. Huh? Festivities? Can you say carnival? Carnaval?
Carnivals is kind of
It won't bring?
carnal. Like it's kind of.
Seriously? No. We can say it? We could say it. Carnaval. Okay, good.
Like the Romans did carnivals.
The image is more of play.
Of play, okay. Okay. طيب, festival. Bismillah. Parade. Parade. It is a parade. The salat. One line like that. It is a parade. We could not really pray, everyone is in his corner. Yet we are united in our hearts. It is a parade. كأنهم بنيان مرصوص. Look, even the description of the Quran. يصفون للصلاة صفوفهم للقتال. The description of the hadith. They will make lines for the salat like people will make lines for war. It's to express a certain hudur, but also to impress. It's to manifest a certain reality, to remind each other of a certain reality, but also to impress, to bring people into. It is maqsad, min maqasid al-ibadat. Not all the ibadat are only, yes, the purpose is internal, but how are we going to nata'awan ala birri wa taqwa? Only I keep reminding you, teaching you, teaching you, teaching you. No, I have to create a certain culture for you. And together we can create a certain culture, a certain ambience that will not give a choice to anyone who is visiting us, but to fall in love with it and fall in line with it and synchronize with it and tune in. That's a culture. When we visited this ashram, they were just a couple. I couldn't keep talking, even if I wanted to do so. Every half an hour, we're talking about God and deep things and ecstatic exchange and you name it. And then, a couple. They were not like 100 people. A man and his wife in their own house. They called it ashram. Their own house. There is a washroom in it. There is a kitchen in it. They called it ashram. They are carrying themselves into their own farm and their own house as people of God and dealing with that house as a sanctuary of God. As soon as you enter, you have no choice but to bow to God and respect it as a sanctuary of God and keep just khalas. Subhanallah. Every single detail in that place. Even rabbits, even the cats of that place. Every single detail in that place. Khalas. It will put you in a mood, you know. Like when you go to a sex shop. May Allah protect you from going there. Okay? Khalas, they put you in a mood. Even if you want to be focused on God, you can't. You can't. Even if you want to be pure, you can't. They will put you in a mood, they will force you into a mood of impurity. Wal'ayadhu billah. Khalas. Astaghfirullah al-afwa al-afiyah. These are that's the Ashab al-Shimal. Salah al-afwa al-afiyah. These people, they create an ambience. Khalas. Subhanallah. These people are about spirituality. Give me spirituality without rituality. It's narcissism. People who are looking for spirituality without any ritual, without dogma, without law in their life, without observing something, they are actually narcissistic. It's narcissism, it's false claim. I want just to discover myself. I want just to be with God. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. So what do you mean? What do you mean? You worship the God of yourself, not the God who is my God, the God of all, the Lord of everyone? No. So the Hajj is full of rituals to express and impress. It's a festival. It's a parade. It's the biggest parade. Like the changing of the guard. Absolutely. Like the changing of the guard. Absolutely. It's the same role. It's to express pump and pow. Well, this time is of God subhanahu wa ta'ala. And impress oneself and create that awe and create that majesty, create that ambience that will help people tune in with tune in to the majesty of God and be in awe. God, just subhanallah. Like the nature, look at them. So al-Zahir, males they parade. Like females, they do not parade. You see with birds? Ducks, birds, paw. What's paw? Taus. Peacock. You know the female peacock? The female peacock doesn't. She's with her hijab. And the male peacock. That's the whole thing. That's it. They wear cows bright like in India. Like in India. They are like that. In India they're like that. Males are like with their turbans like that and all colorful and etc. Alhamdulillah, females. Very simple. A sheep is like that. They are not misogynistic. Misogynistic. They are just peacocks. They're just like peacocks. They are not misogynistic at all. They're just. So why? Alhamdulillah, it's a natural thing. Why don't we just look at it from that angle? You want to follow it, you not want to follow it, it's up to you. But why don't we just appreciate it from that angle? وَلَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا مُحَمَّدٌ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. In the ibadah of Hajj, women were exempted from carrying the burden of carrying the flag and parading. So they are part of that whole thing without having to change the way they are dressing, because there is a hardship in that. We'll see that there is actually a hardship in that, in the ihram. There is kind of hardship to carry that to parade in that way and to carry that sha'ira. And this is the meaning of the sha'ira. To carry that sha'ira, there is a hardship, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His wisdom, infinite wisdom, decided and wanted to exempt women from that. Now they were not exempted from going to Hajj, but they were exempted from carrying the burden of the external signs of ihram, of consecration. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Ameen ya arhamar rahimin rabbil alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show us the path, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us in these sacred days of the Hajj to tune in into the energy that is right there in the cosmos, and the angels who are coming to make Hajj. Every year Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends angels who come and make tawaf and make Hajj, who did not make Hajj before. Every year there is a group of angels who come and they are waiting for the Hajj, and they are allowed to come to the Hajj. And Every year there are abdal and aqtab and aghwath and people who go and make the Hajj. And there are energies and souls of lovers who go and make the Hajj even though their bodies remain at home, but their hearts and their souls, they go and they actually perform the Hajj better than anyone else. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to connect to this deep spiritual energy, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq to, through the few ahadith that we will be learning during these days before Hajj, about Hajj, to have a share, to have a big share, inshallah, in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the Hujjaj, gives the pilgrims, gives the visitors of the Rawdah of his Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the house of his Khalil alayhi salam. Ameen ya arhamar rahimin ya rabbil alameen. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا حبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه الطاهرين. الفاتحة. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. ربنا انفعنا بما علمتنا، ربي علمنا الذي ينفعنا، ربي فقهنا وفقه أهلنا وقراباتنا مع أهل القطر أنثى وذكر، ربي وفقنا وفقهم ترتضي قولا وفعلا كرما ورزق الكل وأخل أفياء علماء نحظى بالخير ونكفى كل شر ونصلح لنا كل الشؤون وأقر
واقضي عنا ربنا كل الديون
قبل أن تأتينا رسل من واغفر استر أنت أكرم من ستر، وصلاة الله تغشى المصطفى من إلى الحق دعانا، والوفاء بكتاب فيه للناس شفاء وعلى آل الكرام الشرف على صحب مصابيح الغرر. اللهم اهدنا بهداك ولا تولنا وليا سواك واجعلنا مخالف أمرك وعصاك، وصلي وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.
ربي صلي على النبي شفيعنا أحمد. الله صلي ربي على